So that's for the recording for. So now they are going to recording right now for the screen. Yeah, just. Hello, hi everybody. Class start. Um, yeah. So today, special guest, your TA. So I'm going to present my projects because the last time that we learned the participatory design and different research method, I want to show that how I implement the participatory design for my projects. So let me get start. So here, who play the game? Raise your hand. Who play the game? Any kind of game. Okay, cool. There's a half. And do you have any experience that like the digital violation, like somebody yelling at you or say bad word and make you angry, something like that? Kind of, right? That's happen not only gaming work, all this like digital works that happen because it's anonymous the word. So people say like that. And then how you deal with the stress, how you deal with this kind of anxiety and stress. Anybody? Yeah. I curse back. Huh? Curse back. Okay, the revenge. Some people do exercise, some people just take a breath and just take a like to drink water or something like that. So there's a lot of interventions. So my research is starting on these questions. So we know that there's a digital violation in the esports game world, but we don't know how to solve the problem. So finally, like at the end of the project, we want to make some prototype to help esports players. So we collaborate with the NASAP. NASAP is the teenager, like young high school and middle school students play the esports game, but not just playing the game, they are learning something. So that's this NASAP organization. So NASAP is like funding for this projects with the other the institution, and then we build up. So I'm in the gamer group. So we as a host research organization that we investigate how we're going to solve this problem. So that was the motivation to start this project. And like participatory design is, as you guys know, that's like we different stakeholder, like we all get together and then we investigate the same problem together. That's the purpose for this. And then we want to hear not only for like real esports player, but also we want to hear that the coach or we other stakeholders. That's the part of it. So we every week get together almost 30 people online because of COVID. We couldn't meet it, so we met in the online, and then we start participatory design. So the research of like the goal is actually try to investigate these esports mental health or well-being for young the esports players. So these are like double diamonds, the design process. And then this is how I conduct. So first, discover. So discover is you need to find the problem sets. So this time is participatory design was really helped to find out what's the real problem. We can assume, hey, there's a lot of violation, there's a lot of tons of interventions, but we want to hear from the real people, which is the young people, the esports player and the coaches. And then next, after that, we have a kind of subjective knowledge. We want to transport this one to objective knowledge, which is to define the problems. that time we did conduct the interview because we want the in-depth understanding of what happening in this society. And then we conducting like idealization, we try to make a design process. And then finally we deliver this case that we did a usability test using survey and interview. We really want to see that is our prototype intervention are really effective to people. So that was the part of it. And then I'm going to, so first, discover. This time, as I said, we conducted the participatory design. Before you do that, as you guys did to the same things, I conducting secondary research, which is a literature review. Is literature review is always important because you can see that gap that from previous the scholar and then your current struggle point. And then you can find that, oh, the previous scholar did something XYZ, and then you can implement this one to upgrade in your work. So I conducting that 311 articles and try to find that core value to in terms of definition of the esports mental health, and then what's the cause for the toxic behavior and the interventions to solve the problem. And these are the literature review I did. So as you see here, the Zoom link. So we have 1 hour participatory design section. This is how usually do. Once you get together in the either online or offline, people are like strangers, kind of awkward. So you try to make them a little bit, to get closer. So you have to have kind of bonding section, just like asking some of the ice-breaking questions for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Something related on your subject agenda for today. And then after that, you start to design section. And then once you're done, like last 5 minutes or 10 minutes, that's the most important the time. You get together, all different group together, and then ask some of the core questions. How was your experience? What did you learn from here? So that's the kind of summarizing for your participatory design section. But that's the core value for participatory design. When you have like analyzing the data, that's the piece that you're going to take a look. So I'm going to show the video clip that I conduct,
Or I missed
and
anything, or if there's anything you
this
want to
is
add.
how it looks like. So
No, yeah, I think that that's completely right. I think that we targeted it from a
Yeah.
so
very mixed perspective. So we
this
really tried to look at it from all
this
sides
one
as early as
we
kind of timely as
are
possible, and then
asking
the
them to make
intervention
a
part.
comic
I
book.
think that really
So
got
we're giving
interesting.
a given
We
situation.
talked a lot
If
about
you
sort
are
of
in
what
this
these
situation, like
harassed player
somebody
could
yelling
do.
at
So
you,
taking
somebody
time for
doing
themselves,
something,
doing deep breathing
what do you think the
activities,
problem, and then how
meditation,
you going to solve the problem?
journaling, things
So
like
we're
that. But then
giving
we
them
also talked to a
this
friend,
like
leave
emoji
them
and
away from
then the
gaming for a little
cartoon
bit,
character,
and
and then
if
make them
something
to
really
solve the
is
problem by
affecting them
themselves.
mentally and emotionally,
So
then like actually seek professional help.
You're often my head.
you will
Like
see
it doesn't
not
really
only for
necessarily get to
one
the
group,
root of
we
like the
divide like
issue of
6
like
different
wanting
group.
to like hit
So we
something
can,
when they're
the
like
finally
being
we
rude.
can
But I
collect
mean, it's
like
definitely
6
better
different
than
data. So,
anything else
uh,
besides like
and then I will show you how it looks like day by day. So weekly, almost 9 months, we we conduct this participatory design section. First, like we really have a zero knowledge about toxicity or esports behavior and stuff. We want to know that's how this will work. And then so basically we asking really fundamental questions. How you define that healthy player versus non-unhealthy player. Let them draw a picture. Because like we want to know their mental model, how they think about healthy player. Because they're esports player, so which is different than us. So they might have different thoughts and opinions. So that's this is the healthy player mask because that was COVID time, and this is angry. That's the unhealthy player. How they define, and this is the comic, the cartoon, the design activity that we did, and then also we conducting all different kinds of toxic behavior they think, and then let them divide and using an affinity diagram to in different timing, pre-match, during the match, post-match. And then so that we know that in during the match, this might be a problem. After match, this might be a problem. So we know that how we define that. So this is how we conduct, and then go back to uh, slide. So participatory design, that we have a first part and second part. I want to give you tips for participatory if you're conducting participatory design. That 3 tips. So first, you need to understand the stakeholder. I mean, your participation's the characteristic. For my case, I have a zero knowledge about the youth, but they're shy. I didn't know. They're not talkative unless you're giving them some of the tasks. So and then they're willing to like chat with their friends. So after that, I realized it's better to giving a like grouping for their like friends so that they can talk more. So you need to understand your characteristic of the participants, and then PD is the qual-based qualitative research, which means you need to have recording, you need to have a data collection by the qualitative way. And then last one is you it's it's a lot of work because after you recording, you need to take a look the video, you need to take a look the transcript. But the PD is you need to see during the PD section, they have a lot of behavior, conversation, and stuff ongoing. So that's the piece that when you analyze, you need to focusing on this. And then, as I said, like last 10 or 5 minutes, I think that's the most important part. I think that's kind of it for today. Yeah.
Yeah. You can say how much it saves businesses.
I I think that's a lot later. So okay. So well, I have more slides later, but maybe I can post it later to if you just have optional video, you can take a look later. Findings, yeah. Yeah. So after this all process, like survey and interview and participatory design, like we finalize that the cardboard, which is this is a physical cardboard, but we also made a like the digital version. So if you're a gamer, then you know the Steam. We post it like we make the games gamify, and then we post uploads to the Steam so that a lot other people can using it. So basically, this is the final version. We make a like play the game. While you play the game, that you understand the situation, and then you can help your teammates for like using each card has their own intervention so that you can teach. I mean, you can acknowledge to your friends that in this situation you might need this intervention, sort of like that. So you just like making more teamwork, team building, team bonding at the same time. You can solve this problem as interventions. So that was the final. Um, and then here's the resource. I think I want to point out this. So later you will have a either you can choose that quad or quant, right? I asked to the iSchool the office, and then they have a license for the Qualtrics. If you want to make a survey, you use the Qualtrics. Just go to the you can Google that iSchool Qualtric, and then you can log into the SSO, and then you will have a license from the iSchool. So Qualtrics is for the survey, and then Qual I use LSTI. Um, Here I already log in. So LSTI Cloud is also part of the Europe iSchool got a license. So you can use this one. And how this one work is a cloud based. So you can share your friends, share your teammates, and then this is all transcript, and then you can make a coding like this by the color. and then you can see later, you can see the report like this. So you know that when you have a qual coding, it's going to be more like thematic analyzing, looks like this. So LSTI is good for qual, and then Qualtrics is good for quant. So that's my last point. And I'm going to put this useful resource link to the campus, so you will get the link. Yeah, and then after that, if you want to analyzing some of data, Tableau is good, but SPSS is also available for the UW high school the students. That's also possible. So using this.
Can people look at those cards?
Yeah, later.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, Johnny.
Thank you.
I'll tell you, looking at that stuff, that's what rigorous research looks like. So when you go into a